Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the big new Halo 3 update that's coming to MCC. And right now, it's only on the Insider flighting, on MCC Insider, but let's take a look at what is to come very soon. So, this flight, like I said, is mostly focused on Halo 3, but there are quite a few other features here and there in the settings and other stuff like nameplates and all that, and even Halo Reach is included as well. But of course, for this video, we will be focusing primarily on Halo 3, and let's get right into it. So on this build, on this Insider flight, Halo 3 got a lot of new armors and other customization options added to it, and it's going to be like for the Season 6 content, but it's a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's from Halo Online, you know, Halo Online armors and other stuff like that. But let's take a look at exactly what's included this time. So, starting with the Spartan helmets, the main new armors added is the Rhine armor, as well as these new ODST armor variants. And of course, all these new variants, like the Rhine and the ODST variants, they apply to like all the pieces of armor, not just the helmets. So basically, you'll have the Rhine and ODST helmet, chest pieces, shoulder pieces, as well as arm and leg pieces. Actually, the Rhine pieces look pretty cool, especially the leg as well, which you'll see in a second. But here, the Rhine chest pieces, for the most part, well, actually, most of the armor pieces for Rhine, they're really cool ones with like the lights all over them, and I really like them actually, at least compared to the other Halo Online armors. I think by now, like, I think I said a few times in the past, like, I'm not the biggest fans of the new armor pieces, but that's why there's that toggle for people who aren't the biggest fans. It's good balance. If you like it, you can keep the toggle off. If you don't like it, turn the toggle on. Either way, whatever you prefer, so that's fine. But there are definitely some cool pieces here and there. And also, they also added new animated visors. I know it's kind of sped up here, but you can see like the colors changing on the visors now, and it's actually pretty cool. And I hope they do like an RGB visor eventually. Actually, I've always wanted like an RGB armor lights in general. That would have been like pretty awesome. And RGB does give you an edge in multiplayer, so that's something I'd definitely like to have in the future. But anyways, now they also added these backpack accessories, and some of them were actually interesting. Actually, I really like the sword and shield one. It is a little odd with the Hayabusa katana sword on the back, but I don't really mind it overall. It looks fine to me, so it's actually pretty cool. And aside from the backpack accessories, they also added new tech suits. Previously, we only had the Gen 1 and Gen 2 plus the Gen 2 tinted, but now we also have these different tinted colors for Gen 2. Like you had the Azure one, you had the gunmetal one, and you have the maroon one, or the red one, whatever it was. So, if you guys like the newer tech suits, personally I prefer the classic tech suit in that case, but actually there's something with the tech suits that we'll get to later, but it's whichever you prefer. And of course, they also added new vehicle skins, and most of these are basically vehicle skins are basically variants of the Rhine or Raven skins, just different colors here and there. Some vehicles and some weapons have like more new unique skins as well, but ultimately they are, they're just different versions of the same name, just a little bit different depending on the weapon. And not every weapon got the same amounts of new skins or same sets of new skins, so it only applies to like a few of them. But it is they do look actually pretty cool, and I don't really have that many issues with the new skins, but they're mostly on the UNSC weapons. I don't think there are any added to the Covenant weapons. But yeah, so those are all the new skins and armors for Halo 3. Now, MCC in general is also getting new nameplates. But wait, they're not just regular nameplates, they're now animated nameplates, which I actually think are really cool, and I have always wanted animated nameplates on MCC for a long time. A lot of other games do it out there, and it's about time like MCC got something like that. And these are pretty cool animated nameplates. These are sped up a little bit, of course, for the sake of time, but you get an idea of what the animations will look like. My personal favorite is this one right here, the spinning Halo ring one. That's probably one I'll be using quite frequently eventually, but the others are pretty cool. The fire one looks pretty nice as well. They all look pretty cool, but that one's just my personal favorite. Now, the main thing you'll been waiting for probably is the new maps on Halo 3. So Halo 3 is getting 2 brand new maps on MCC, and they are the maps Waterfall and Edge. Now, these maps, especially one of them, may look very familiar to you, depending on how many Halo games you played in the past, but that's because these are from the game Halo Online. So if you ever played the El Dorito mod on PC, then you'll probably have seen at least the map Edge, and it's finally been ported over to Halo 3 on MCC. So that's what one of the maps is, and the other map here is Waterfall, which is also from Halo Online. So these are both maps that they're technically not new maps, like built from the ground up from scratch for just Halo 3 and MCC. They're technically ported over, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cool to have them, especially because not everybody necessarily got to play El Dorito or Halo Online. So now we can play in an official capacity, and you can see they're really beautiful maps, and they still do fit pretty well into the Halo 3 aesthetic, in my opinion, at least for the most part. I know some other maps from Halo Online aren't necessarily super Halo 3 style, but ultimately, personally, I don't really mind the Halo Online maps. I think a lot of them look really cool, and the skyboxes on a lot of them are really beautiful. They're really nice looking maps. So yeah, that's basically fine for me. Anyways, these are basically the new maps. If you want to check them out, hopefully at the Insider flight, and if you do, definitely enjoy them. But soon they'll be coming to the full version of MCC. Anyways, let's move on to some new features for MCC. And there's one really big new feature that people have been requesting for a very long time, since basically the beginning of MCC, since it came out in 2014. And that is team changing mid-game. And you can see here, when I just loaded in game, I'm on red team right now. I want to switch teams, so I just bring up the pause menu, go to the roster, go to my gamertag, change teams, pick go team, and here I am. It changes instantly. It's a little bit different than classic Halo 3. When you change teams, it causes you to just drop dead, but not anymore. Now, this next feature is one that people have been waiting for a little bit, and that is FOV sliders on the Xbox versions. Now, this has been on the Series X and Series S consoles for a little bit, but now it's been added to all Xbox One consoles, from the OG to the One X. And they also added centered crosshairs as well. I know this has been a big one that people have wanted for a while, so it's now on consoles for the centered crosshairs. You could have lowered, you could have centered, whichever one you prefer, and that's it's finally here. Now this next one's an interesting feature. This one is the weapon offset feature, and let me just show you what it does. I'm just going to turn everything to maximum, and basically it changes the position of the weapon on your screen, and in this case it lowers it the more you raise the settings. And it's just whatever you prefer, whatever you want to set it to. But my friend Photos Chaos actually played around with the settings, and he did find that if you set it to around 6% ish, you actually get some interesting results with it. And what I mean by interesting results is that setting it to around that, it basically makes weapons look like they're from Halo 2, so to speak. So I'm gonna pick up a couple weapons here, like the sniper rifle here, the shotgun. If you look at it, it's kind of in a similar position as where it was in Halo 2, especially the SMG. We could probably tweak it a little bit more, and get a closer result to Halo 2. But if you want to get a more authentic Halo 2 experience in Halo 3, that's what you want to mess around with. Now then, moving on from that, this next feature is in the accessibility section of the settings menu, and it lets you turn off the animated background for MCC. And what that does is, well, it literally turns off the the main menu video in the background. It's mostly just to make the text more readable on the screen, so that the contrast is better. Now currently it's a little bit broken, because if you turn it back on, it doesn't actually turn on until you restart the game. But anyways, the last thing I want to show you guys is the classic armor toggle in Halo 3. So that's already been added to MCC, but they've actually improved it in this version. So you can see here, Photos Chaos here, he has the new armors. Looks lovely, doesn't it? And then I just turned on the toggle here, so that automatically switches him back to the regular Mark 6. Now what's new in this version is that the undersuit, the tech suit, is now using the original Halo 3 tech suit. Previously, and on current versions of MCC, when you turn the toggle on, it does change like the armor pieces to Mark 6, but the undersuit is actually the new Gen 1 version that has like the new style and everything, and it makes it look like the Spartan has like flip-flops on. But now that's been fixed, and now uses the actual original undersuit. So that's really good for people who prefer the classic style, because now it actually has the true classic style. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is all the new maps, armors, and customization options that we are getting very soon in the full version of MCC for Halo 3. Hopefully you guys did find this video to be interesting. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like. Leave thoughts in the comments. Anything else we can check out or look into, any questions you have, just let me know down below. But other than that, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!